everybody. Welcome to the very first show of the new year on the first day of the new year. Happy New Year to everybody, I guess. I got to say it all the time for today. It's Omnibros back at it again for 2024. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed last year because this one's going to be probably better or not. Who knows? We'll see what happens this year. It's your boy Gio here, and I'm joined by some good friends. We got Gabe Loves 90s Comics. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? Real quick, you're only allowed to say Happy New Year to somebody for maybe the first 10 days of January.
Oh, I would even cut
anything past that. Anything past that is just nails on the chalkboard to me. I don't get it when people say it like in February, even.
That's a bit extreme.
Yeah. And let's get it out of the way. I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah. I do like that joke for like the first day back. Then afterwards, like, all right, sure.
No, that's just as bad as like the last day of work before the new year. Let's see you next year. You just like, stupid joke. Let it die.
Yes. Comics Guide, how you doing?
I'm thriving. I'm here, and I just had lobster, so pretty good.
Ooh, all right. So welcome everybody for Hall's previews, reads. Pretty interesting day because we don't have a lot of releases coming out, but there are some that people are excited for, and we're gonna have some fun with that. Thank you to the chat. Look at that. We got a fourth Omnibro joining the ranks.
What?
Surprise appearance by Riley on a Monday.
Holy
on a Monday. Holy
where's the dog? It'll be all of us.
I don't think that I'll be useful on Wednesday's show, so I figured I'd pop in today.
Hey, it's always appreciated, man. You're always welcome.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our fifth Omnibro is not feeling well. Left me a message just a few minutes ago, so maybe Wednesday. So it's just the four of us.
I am Jess today.
Yeah, Ghost of Christmas Annoyance, quoted by Jess. There we go.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining in the chat. You guys are wonderful. And thank you, of course, to our lovely sponsor, back at it again for another year. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions, whether it be an omnibus, trade paperback, hardcover, manga, or more. This year, 2024, you can get it by visiting InStockTrades.com. Free shipping in the U.S. of orders of $50 or more. Loyalty discount adds an extra 2% off when you order on a week-by-week basis. All the new releases that we're going to talk about tonight, you can find them tomorrow, Tuesday, at noon Eastern Standard Time, as is customary for every ISC shopper to be on the lookout for new releases tomorrow. So today, we're going to get that sweet preview from In Stock Trades and the previews page and all that wonderful stuff. But again, In Stock Trades is where you got to go for all the sweet deals, fantastic packaging, and wonderful customer service. Our proud sponsor here at Omnibros Live, InStockTrades.com. Go check them out, guys. We do appreciate it. And these are the deals of the week from last year. See what I did there? Yeah. So these are going to change tomorrow. So if you wanted Cat-Eyed Boy, for example, or Archie, or some of the deals of the week like Savage Dragon, Marvel Team Up, all this stuff with great percentages, discounted percentages, get it now before noon Eastern Standard Time, before it changes with all the latest releases, the first week of the new year. So there you go. And here's some of the top sellers too.
Savage Dragon pulling up front. $20 for volume 2. I think volume 1 isn't much more than that if you don't have that already. We had Eric on the show, right? When volume 1 came out.
Yeah.
Yep. I like to think that we're the ones that influenced him to put those out. Because remember when we first had him, he was very hesitant. He's like, nobody's going to want to buy this stuff. And then about a year, 2 years later, we get these.
I know, right?
Go check out those interviews, everybody. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah. I
remember the first time we had him on, just real quick. Remember after, like, in the green room after the show was over, he just showed us all of his, like, original artwork that he had.
Yeah.
It was all, like, Jack Kirby pages from Commandy and stuff like that. It was great.
Yeah, we in the green room we had him on for a good 30 minutes where we just talked shop.
Yeah,
And
we
like,
just hung out. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, we asked him some questions and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. He was really cool. No, he's a super cool guy. Honestly, we've interviewed him twice. I'd love to have him on for a third one once another volume comes out of this because he was really nice.
And speaking of nice, the very first highlighted comment for 2024 goes to Lionheart, who was first in the chat. So shout out. Ari is in the house.
First in our hearts as well.
Yeah. Kenny, thank you so much for joining, everybody. Bob Fisher. We got our wonderful mod, James. Labrewski's in the house. Larry's Library, listening to Moon Vampire. Happy New Year. What up? What up? Gabe, are you referencing a Curb joke with that New Year's joke? Maybe.
No, that's legitimate how I feel. It drives me up a wall. And then I saw that episode of Curb, and my wife looked at me, and it was just like, that's real. Like, you son of a bitch.
What was it? I wasn't in that.
Oh, that how it annoys me when people say Happy New Year after like the first couple of days of January.
It's no. Happy New Year. How many resolutions?
There should be like a time limit of how long you can say Happy New Year or anything like that to somebody.
I don't even go back to work until next week, so I know I'm just going to be hearing that all next week. And
yeah.
All right.
Any resolutions broken? I don't know. I didn't set any, so I don't do resolutions.
We have. I would like to point out we have a special thing tonight that somebody here has actually watched What If. The only Omnibro that has actually watched season 2 of What If.
Oh no!
And his face kind of says it all. Why? Why'd you do that to yourself?
I was wondering, what if?
What if this show was good?
What if this was worth me spending time on? No, I
what if this mattered?
I was cleaning, and so I just put it on in the background, and it's about the best thing I can say is that you can clean while watching it.
No, okay, that works. Sure.
There's
you can watch and read something at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I generally do when I watch something I don't care about. I'm looking, like, some of the ideas are not bad, but some of it's just like pointless. And I know most, like, you could argue that the whole thing is pointless. Like, What If in general is always pointless, but like, I don't know. It's like creatively bankrupt. They spend way too much focusing on Captain Carter. Like someone's got it in for, not got it in, but got it up for Captain Carter.
Well, she's gonna be in Secret Wars. That's probably what it is that they're setting her up for that in a few years.
I don't know. Episode 3 is literally Die Hard with Happy Hogan as John McClane. Except he hulks out and turns into the Freak.
Stop.
Yeah. Stop. And Justin Hammer is what's his name? Professor Snape. And it literally ends with him falling like out the window.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No.
It is literally, and like they even make the joke, like Darcy's in there and she tries to like make a joke about this is like that one movie, and she can't remember what movie it is, and so she keeps just saying like other stuff. I don't know why everyone liked the Kahori episode so much. I thought it was okay. Like, it was okay at best. The character was okay. The story was lacking. The whatever, everything about it was just okay at best. I feel like we must have like such bottomed out expectations for this show that okay is great.
Watch his voice on that cartoon is all kinds of wrong. He shouldn't sound like Batman or Eastwood. He's not that sinister.
I don't think he sounds sinister. I think he just sounds like Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright doing his Commissioner Gordon voice.
Jeffrey Wright just being Jeffrey Wright.
I love Jeffrey Wright. He's so good in everything he's in.
I am the Watcher. I'm bald and have a really big head. And now we're going to see what could happen. That's never going to happen. And it doesn't really matter.
I hope they keep going with like a movie theme and season 3 is the 90s, because then that way they could do Pulp Fiction, and Black Widow will just get a needle jammed into her heart because she overdosed from Bucky.
Oh my god.
The
Gonna do a Clueless one. That's what I would want to
Ooh.
episode 4 was Wacky Racers.
No, was it really?
Basically, it was like that. Remember the Mad Max Wacky Racers comic that came out several years ago?
Yeah.
It was basically that, but like the Grandmaster hosting the race.
Okay. Didn't they bring back the zombies this season? Are the zombies back? I thought they were. Right?
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, so if they show up then. There's a 1602 episode and Strange Supreme, both of which I'm looking right now at the thumbnail, and they both have Captain Carter, and I'm like, come on, like, give it
a question. It's a very unusual choice as a reference for an episode.
Here's a question related to What If. Sorry to interrupt. Do the What If comics ever had any influence on mainline Marvel comics?
No.
There have been characters that, or like versions of characters introduced in issues of What If that wind up appearing in mainline stuff, like, you know, crossing over into the main universe. But
Jane Foster Thor was a What If issue from like the early 70s.
Yeah, that was an old What If. But yeah, I don't know if you would consider that to be like it actually having any impact on 616, but that's the most I could say is some versions of characters get introduced in issues of What If. People like them enough that they get used in 616.
So I asked this question in the chat, you being the leader of the Adam Sandler fan club. On the Sandler scale of 0 being Jack and Jill and 10 being Happy Gilmore, where does this land?
I put this one somewhere around like a 3 to 4 range.
For grown-ups.
Yes. Well, Grown-ups 2. You said Grown-ups 2, and I agree with that. Grown-ups 1 is better than Grown-ups 2.
That is true.
So it lands. It's not at Grown-ups level, but it is kind of around Grown-ups 2 level. But things could change. It could get better. It could get worse depending on how these last 2 episodes go. So after the show, I'm gonna take an hour to watch those and maybe read something at the same time, and then I'll report back.
Okay, I'm looking forward.
So it's not a little Nicky then.
Oh God.
Now my Sandler, and I mentioned this also, but my Sandler range for everyone else, my rating scale on Sandler, 0 is That's My Boy, and a 10 is Wedding Singer.
Ooh, I think Wedding Singer is underappreciated. I love Wedding Singer.
I rewatch it pretty frequently. I rewatched it again like 2 months ago, and I was like, yeah, this movie's great. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Lionheart placed an order with IST today. Wanted to pick up that Savage Dragon Volume 2. It's a great price. Nice. Good job.
$20. On the Adam Sandler topic, real quick. You guys ever listen to his comedy / music albums?
I did back when I was younger. My dad had the one with the first Hanukkah song on it.
Yeah,
that's the one I had.
Dude, they're both. I think there's 3. I know at least 2. I'm gonna say 3 for some reason, but they are hilarious. They are like the funniest. These are the things where it's like. It's kind of like I remember when my dad introduced me to the comedian Andrew Dice Clay. He took me in the garage where his car was, and we sat in a car and he put it in the cassette so that he could play it for me, so that my sisters wouldn't hear it. Right? And I feel like that's very similar in this case as well, where it's kind of those things that's a hidden gem that we would sit. Me and my friends would sit in their cars and listen to this because it was so dirty and raunchy and funny. So I kind of had that same kind of appeal.
I think we all have that one comedy album that we were first introduced that just blew our mind. For me, it was Eddie Murphy, Raw.
You know what sucks for me is that one of those for me was Bill Cosby.
Oh.
I think it was what was it called? For My Brother Russell, whom I slept with.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That really fucked me up.
It was Eddie Murphy Raw for me. My dad put it on for the first. I was dying laughing. I didn't understand half the jokes, but it was still funny to me.
Hubie Halloween is not nearly as bad as That's My Boy. Like, Hubie Halloween is stupid, but it's not like That's My Boy. It's like Adam Sandler was like, oh, rape isn't enough? Sure, let's go with incest as well.
Wait, which one is the Halloween one? I don't know this.
Hubie Halloween is where he just plays he's basically kind of the same character as he was in Waterboy, obsessed with Halloween.
Never seen it.
And I think it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, one of his several. And he has what's his name as what's his buddy's name?
Wow, I've never seen this. I'm looking at the poster right now. Okay.
Steve Buscemi is in there as a werewolf.
So this is a bad movie?
It's not a good movie, but it's also not in his like I wouldn't even place it in his 10 worst movies.
Okay. So it's just middle of the road.
It's like sub-middle, but not 10 worst. Like gotcha. I am the foremost authority on Adam Sandler.
That's true. Did you see the lizard one? I didn't think the lizard one was that bad. It was
the worst part about Leo is that they made it a musical because the music was so forgettable and just drug the runtime of the movie out way longer than it needed to be. Like it should have been about 20 minutes shorter than it was. And if they had just cut every song out of that movie, it would have been fine. And it's not like 8 Crazy Nights where the songs are like funny and add to it.
Yeah.
Like the songs in that one, because it's supposed to be like a kid's movie and it's supposed to be like endearing. The songs are all the kids like singing about their stuff that's going on, except, well, mostly. They're not all. Because, you know, there's the one where Jason Alexander as the dad to the spoiled girl.
Yeah.
Like big musical number where everything is like, I just have money and I can do what I want. But like for the most part, the songs are like the kids trying to be endearing about their problems. And I'm like, I don't care. Like the plot already told me this.
Hayden, I will push back on that. Leo I thought it was very okay. I still think his best animated is the Hotel Transylvania movies. Yes. They're not bad. I don't think it's Genndy Tartakovsky. I can never pronounce his name.
Yeah, Genndy Tartakovsky.
That did those, and they're not bad movies. I think they're fun.
I haven't seen those yet.
It's wild.
Come on, they're pretty fun. I think
I've seen like
I need to check them out. They look great, and it's Adam Sandler, so I figured it'd be at least somewhat funny.
It's Adam Sandler. I mean, Zohan is towards the bottom of the list. I will say that.
I like Zohan. It's stupid, but I like it.
It's the list is I don't know because I'm never on the Monday show, so the people watching this probably don't know this about me, but sometime last, I think 2022 and part of 2023, I watched every Adam Sandler movie. And so I am the foremost authority on Adam Sandler.
I like that we have the leading voice in Hispanic comics with Omni Dog, and we have the leading voice in the Sandlerverse with Omnibus collector Riley.
I am the Sandler authority in the entire world, not just with the Omnibros. I am the entire world's leading forefront voice and authority in Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler isn't even as high of an authority on his own career as I am.
There you go. What's the film where he's in prison playing football?
The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard is very good.
It is actually, yeah. And they got Burt Reynolds to be like a co-star in that when he was the original star in the original one.
Cool.
Airheads is great.
Leo was definitely his best animated movie.
It would be his best animated movie if it was his only animated movie.
8 Crazy Nights.
Big Daddy's great, and my guilty pleasure Adam Sandler movie is.
Well, I also got to give it up to Adam Sandler for his production company because they put out Grandma's Boy.
Happy Madison.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right,
after Madison, they put out Grandma's Boy, which is like one of the greatest comedy films of all time.
I forgot they put that out. Yeah, you're right.
And Super Fun Films. Riley has the cartoonist. Leo's work been collected?
The cartoonist of that one is not named Leo. That's the name of the strip itself. There are 6 or 7 Leo collections. You can I don't know if they're all in print, but you can find most, if not all of them, on like eBay for roughly cover price or less. Some of them are super cheap, some of them are a little bit higher, but there are Leo collections.
A Leo verse. Hotel was fun until they recast Adam.
Which was not until the last
one, right? The 4th one?
Yeah, so that I'm not even counting that one because or was it in the 3rd one that they recast? I don't remember. No, he's still in the 3rd one. So yeah, I'm not even counting, because this is all about Adam Sandler. Like, we can talk about movies where he has just a cameo appearance. Even like I've seen all of them. I've seen those as well. Like what's the Norm Macdonald movie where Adam Sandler plays the devil for like a split second?
No idea.
Dirty Work, I think.
No clue.
Yeah, I think that is Dirty Work. Yeah, that's the one where the crossing guard was touching kids, so they put all that glue on their butts and they were touching, and then the crossing guard touched it, got stuck. That's how they would prove that he was touching kids.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang, and there's an uncredited appearance of Adam Sandler as Satan. And so yes, in my watch-a-thon of Adam Sandler movies, I did watch Dirty Work as well.
As a person, I think it's just pretty cool that he's apparently really chill, and if you go down to the right basketball court, you can catch him playing hoops with just random people.
Did I tell? I think I've told this story a while ago, but like one time, like,
don't tell me you met him.
Not me, but
okay.
20 plus years ago. I don't know how time works, so I don't remember when it is. But my mom, I think, was at like Universal Studios at one of those like the Hollywood lot tours.
Yeah.
And she said, like, she looked down and there was like, someone outside of the car that they were driving around in who was just walking like across a set, and she thought that it was someone that she knew personally because she works in the business. And she was like, "Hey," and it was Adam Sandler, and he looked over at her and goes, "Hey," like back, and like finger guns to her. And then like my dad or my aunt or something that was with her was like, why are you like haying Adam Sandler for? And she was like, "Oh, that's who that was. I thought I worked with him on something." Which I can understand because I've been working on a lot of sets the past couple months, and like there are so many people there that like you get some faces mixed up.
I like the one from Netflix that he is an NBA agent.
That one was solid.
That was good. I love the Uncut Gems. I think Uncut Gems is so good.
That one, I don't know if I would place it in my top 5 or not. Like, I kind of go back and forth, but like I know solidly that number 1 is Wedding Singer. And then number 2, I would maybe put as Punch Drunk Love, which I liked a lot more than I thought I would. And then number 3, I think, is Reign Over Me. That's the one with Don Cheadle. That one was so good, like as just a drama. It's not very funny at all. Like it's straight up a drama. But it was so good, and I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I remembered when it came out in theaters, and I was like, Adam Sandler, not funny. What? But I'm an adult now, so I can appreciate Adam Sandler not funny. I can tell you that my dad is not Adam Sandler. I think I'm Adam Sandler's dad, actually.
I don't know how that works, but that's interesting.
What?
That's a plot twist.
Yeah.
This is a Futurama situation?
Yeah.
Tier maker list. Not today, because
No, it's too much. No.
That would be like a Wednesday show type thing one day.
That would be a day where we're just like, all right, Riley, go for it. And we're just
gonna set that out.
And Riley just does a show.
Pop-Tarts or Adam Sandler? Which one?
We'll have to set that out so we have some time to, because I need to rewatch some of these movies and some I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, y'all, if y'all are serious about that, I'd love to do it, and then y'all can join me in the like upper echelon of Sandler authorities.
That's a lot of movies.
That's a lot of them. Just rewatch.
Yeah, rewatch the major ones,
or like watch a couple of the ones you haven't seen yet. You don't have to watch everything. Trust me, you don't want to watch everything.
No. Just like, I have an opinions on the ones I like, but there's some that I haven't seen or I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore? I'm a Happy Gilmore man.
I love both, but I personally swing towards Billy Madison because I saw it first when I was a kid.
Okay. Happy Gilmore for me is that Bob Barker fight that always puts it over. I love the Bob Barker fight, and I love him playing golf in the mini golf area, and you're gonna die, clown. Then he takes the golf club at it, and the clown's laughing. Oh, it gets me every time.
No, I'm exactly the same as Riley. I like Billy Madison more because that's the first one I saw too. Me and my friends when that came out.
I love the scene where
and it was just like a recent biasy kind of thing, but that's just my top one. Yeah. I really love Billy Madison for it. Other than that, 50 First Dates.
That's good. Solid. That's very good. Yeah. My wife and I watched that a few months ago. Rewatched it a few months ago. We're like, oh, this is still really good. My favorite. I love the scene in Billy Madison where the little boy comes up to him and goes, "I can't wait to go to high school like you, Billy." He goes,
"Stay here as long as you can."
And you hear the little cheeks just oh fuck.
I like how the O'Doyle family, the O'Doyle rules, like has multiple appearances. Like they're in Click as well. And it's the little kid who wound up playing in Shameless and who was the not the Joker in Gotham. He's an O'Doyle kid, and he runs out and is like picking on Adam Sandler's kid in Click. And then Adam Sandler like tells his mom that he was smoking weed. And the mom is like, "Get in here right now, Billy O'Doyle," or whatever the fuck his name was. It was so funny.
All right.
So what comes out this week?
I do want to go see Bulletproof again. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I remember really liking that movie.
Which one was that?
Bulletproof with Damon Wayans.
Yeah, Damon Wayans.
Oh, okay. Before we do previews, anybody? I doubt anybody hauled anything that they want to show because it's only been. It hasn't been a full day yet in January 1st. But did anybody haul anything by any chance?
A few reads, no hauls for me.
I didn't. Not since Thursday's show. No.
No. Well,
I got stuff. I got stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I got stuff. Yeah, I got some cool stuff. I got a full set of Avengers Forever.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been wanting this for a while, especially when like King got announced. And then this series is like my favorite King storyline, and it just shot up through the roof. It got really expensive. Mm-hmm. And now that King doesn't seem to be around anymore and everything's kind of settled, I was able to get this set for like $20 plus shipping. So good idea to wait for that one. And this one's cool, man. You guys will like this. So I was talking about earlier that some of my favorite artwork in manga is from Fist of the North Star. And I don't know if you guys knew, but they did this exhibit in Japan for Fist of the North Star. And they had this exhibit book there.
Oh, sweet.
So I got this off of eBay. And it's awesome, guys. Like, this is all the cool. I got a little bit of a history on here. Wow. But we got some. I'm going to flip through a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful. It's almost like an artist edition, kind of like. Don't want to show that page. Excuse me. Kind of like Marvel and DC and IDW does those artist edition books. It's basically like that as well. That's what the exhibit was. Was all the original artwork from Fist of the North Star being exhibited there in one big batch, and this is just this beautiful exhibit book that's scans of all the artwork. So that's a really cool thing to have.
You can probably take a Google Translate app and just aim your phone at it and translate the little blurbs for you.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's an idea to go check that out too, because I have the books, most of them anyways, but it'd be kind of cool with all the information. But along with that, because it came straight from Japan, he even included like, because the flyers from the exhibit.
Oh, cool. You got the whole package as if you were there.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it has like all the prints that were being sold.
Nice.
And then this other one is a menu of the food that they were serving there.
That's really cool.
Yeah. There's these really awesome, like just the North Star related, like food and desserts there and drinks.
A lot of people would not care about that stuff, but I love it. That's part of
I think that's awesome. Yeah. And it also came with the bag that was from the exhibit as well. So that's pretty radical. But that's what my haul is, guys. That's what I got this week.
That's pretty dope. Nice.
Awesome.
I got 3 books over here. Give me a second. I got 3 manga. I got Die Dark Volume 6, finally. And Call of the Night Volume, what is this? 14. That. And from Seven Seas, I got Breakfast with My Two-Tailed Cat.
Aww.
I'm really excited to read this. This is probably going to be one of my favorite reads this month. So, yeah.
That looks so wholesome.
It's about a couple that unfortunately his wife passes away and their cat turns into a Nekomata, which is a yokai cat. So now he's like super tall and is able to talk. So the two of them decide to move to the countryside and eat good food and hang out, sort of to what's the word I'm looking for? I can't talk. I can't think tonight. Sort of to get through that grief together. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's a food manga, but it's also a slice of life, and you got the pet aspect, and the cat's pretty cute, and he can talk, and it's like super big. So I'm into all of those. That's awesome. I was in the mood for something light like that. That's how big the cat is. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's got the 2 tails. So when that happens, the cat is usually smarter and can talk to people and disguise itself as humans and stuff like that. Gain supernatural abilities as a yokai. So yeah, pretty small haul. Let me show you the spines because I know some people out there, some degenerates out there, love to look at spines. Yeah, that's all I got.
I told Gio this when I got it, but I got that Call of the Night anime first season on Blu-ray from Best Buy the other day because they still had it on sale for $15.
Heck yeah. That's one of my favorite shows from 2022.
I'm excited to check it out. The animation and the colors and everything look great. So
it's like I like neon colors and I like synthwave art and stuff like that. And that anime is like that. And I love the manga, but it's not the same. When I read the manga, I'm like, man, I wish that this had the colors from the show because it's so like moody and perfect. Like a lot of yellow and blue and violet hues and like pink neon. I love it. I wish I could be living in that show. That's my jam.
Yeah, I got that. I got a few volumes of manga, but I'll save that for the Thursday show.
Okay, cool, man.
For reads, I started reading Red Cat Ramen.
Okay.
And it's adorable and hilarious at the same time. It's about a ramen shop owned and run by cats. They can talk, and they serve up ramen for people. The main chef is this ginger cat, and he's a veteran. And like when you read the character, he has that raspy voice. He's supposed to be like the old man of the group, if you will. And the rest are like, you got a white cat and a tuxedo cat, and there's another one, and they all have different personalities, but they need a manager or somebody working with them, so they hire a human girl. And that's sort of your connection to this world of cats owning a business. And supposedly labor laws don't apply to them, so it's a whole different ball game than from humans. And it's just the daily stuff that happens at a shop run by cats. So that's a lot of fun. It's getting an anime soon, and the manga was supposed to be like a indie webcomic, but it caught on, and people loved it so much that it got bumped into the Manga Plus website, and it is being published as serialized. So that's exciting. And I am reading some other stuff for some videos, but mostly Red Cat Ramen. I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, that sounds awesome. Elias is asking, what's the name of it again? Red Cat Ramen? Was that the name of it?
Yeah. Let me find you a picture because it's pretty hilarious.
It sounds really cool. I like that. Did you see?
You go to the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, this is tied into like the whole cat thing. Did you see that there's a scientist apparently in Japan that has developed a medication that could potentially double a cat's lifespan to 30 years?
Oh, yeah, because it fixes their kidney failure issues, which is a common thing that happens to cats, unfortunately. So it can apparently fix it almost 100%. And yeah, it doubles their lifespan. So let's go. Cool. He's trying to make it like super affordable for people. And that's great to hear. Here's the cat right there. That's awesome. I love that guy. So this is one of the employees there.
Oh, they look like the cats in Monster Hunter.
And here's the full staff right here.
I want to read this.
I wholeheartedly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. The only girl at the shop, the one female cat, is the white one, and she's like the customer service and greeter. And that's, or actually, this tiger, if I remember correctly, she's female too. So yeah, it's fun. It's silly, wacky, but I mean, how can you not love the idea of a cat making up a bowl of ramen? And they have a sign saying like, we try and not get cat hairs in the food. So we do apologize if it does happen. You'll get a refund and we'll make another plate or whatever. So they are aware that they're cats and they behave like cats. So when they hire the human's going to help them better up the restaurant. And this is the poster for the anime. I think it's going to air this season, this year.
Let me know. I'm going to forget about it. I just know myself. I really want to watch this. It looks fun.
Yeah. I don't know why, but the name, I guess like a 3 Red Cat Ramen, 3-word, it made me think about another series called Cat Shit 1.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Cat Shit.
I think we talked about it on the show before.
It's anthropomorphic animals as soldiers in the Vietnam War.
Yep. With the bunny, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull that up because I know the audience is dumbfounded by this.
Yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah. The collection of the comic, if you scroll a little bit, I think you'll there's the one that's available in English from like Antarctic Press, I think. I saw it on my Google. It's not popping up on your Google. That one with the red, yeah. That's the collected edition. Or that's volume 1, issue 1, but that's what the collected edition looks like. Oh,
here's the trade for volume 3, I guess, from Mind's Eye Comics, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's all one big hardcover that collects the entire.
Yo, they got figures too.
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, now I'm invested in this. Did not know they had figures. Digital only for Red Cut. Yeah, I assume if it has enough people reading, they might want to publish it at some point in the future, but I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be like a super hit that everybody's going to want to own physically, but I would read it officially if you can. So it shows that you're supporting it, and who knows? I would collect it if it came out physically. So yeah, reads. Anybody read anything interesting?
I have a handful of things. I'll be quick. First thing that I want to point out was I read the first 2 issues of the new G.I. Joe series by Skybound. I know Larry Hama is back, man, and God, it's such a fun read so far. It's only 2 issues in, and if there's one thing that's been apparent to me this year is that a lot of the old guard can still write their ass off, because a lot of my favorite stuff this year is from old writers, not the new guys. And you can tell right off the bat that Larry Hama just gets what G.I. Joe is. The very first issue it hits the ground running. It's literally Dr. Mindbender and Serpentor have teamed up once again, and they've created a mutant bomb that they are about to unleash on an island. And the Joes are sent out to stop it. Then things take a turn for the worse, and the thing is, for me, G.I. Joe is at its best when it understands that it can be very fun, lighthearted, and funny, and it mixes some of the drama and some of the darker moments into it. And I think that's the best thing about these 2 issues, is that Larry Hama really gets it, and he hits a very good balance of it. Some of my favorite panels are in these 2 issues. There's one in particular that involves a flunky raising his hand, and I don't want to ruin it, but it involves a wheelchair, and I just about busted laughing because I thought it was so funny. It's a great read so far, really. I'm enjoying a lot of this Energon universe stuff that Skybound is doing lately. It's all been very solid. Daniel Warren Johnson, I expected the Transformers stuff to be good, and I've read all 3 issues. That's been solid as well. But I think so far of the stuff that I've read, I haven't read Duke yet because that came out last week. I haven't had time. Of the stuff that I've read, G.I. Joe is probably my favorite. Those first 2 issues of G.I. Joe are very good, and the art is really, really good. Credit where credit is due. I forgot the name of the artist on that. Give me 1 second.
Hey, can you do that all over again, Lou? I didn't catch that about.
It's G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe 1 and 2. Chris Mooneyham is the artist on it, and he's got a really solid handle of it, man. It almost looks like it's Sean Murphy. His art kind of resembles something like out of Sean Murphy, but not as sharp. It's very scratchy at points, and it's very good. Like I said, Gabe, you'll love the first 2 issues of the new G.I. Joe stuff. It's good.
Mooneyham was on 5 Ghosts back in the day. That was a great series.
Yeah,
if I'm
he's
remembering
really
right.
He's really, really good in this series.
Yeah, dude, I really want to check that out. I'm just waiting for my shipment to come in. But I'm glad that it's doing good. I'm glad you're liking it, dude. I really want to see this be successful.
So I've enjoyed everything so far that I've read of this new Energon stuff from I think that's what they're calling it, from Skybound. Of the stuff that I've read, G.I. Joe is the best. And that's not saying everything else is bad, because Transformers 1 through 3 by Daniel Warren Johnson has been really good as well. I've been enjoying that. But G.I. Joe it's what I said earlier. It's the old guard of writers is still writing, and they are just showing the new guard like, nah, this is how you do this shit. And it's not even close. That's what, for me this year, that's what it's mostly been.
That's 301 and 302.
Yes. Yeah, okay. But you can jump on. Anybody out there that's
right. No, that's a jumping off point, but I want to make sure that those are the 2 issues that you were talking about.
I still haven't read Duke #1. I really want to read it. The other thing that I read,
Duke #1 is good.
the other thing that I read the new Brubaker. I didn't love this. I thought it was just okay. So Where the Body Was by Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. We kind of know what we're getting here. Brubaker kind of plays with the format of the story because the story is centered around this small town neighborhood and somebody is found dead in the middle of the street. So throughout the whole story, you're going, well, who's the murderer? And then, it's the Brubaker thing. It's the common mystery, a whodunit story where it's like everybody has their motivation of this person hates this person because of this, and maybe it was this person and all this other stuff. He plays with the format a little bit because he'll move the story forward, and then he does the thing that I know Gabe hates, which is he goes back in time. And you see the thing that led up to that moment that just happened in the story. And he does it kind of where they're interviewing the person, and the person is going, yeah, this is where I was at this point, and this happened because of this, and then this is what I saw. And in the end, I saw the ending coming probably about half the book in, and I go, I bet you it's this, because if you've seen almost any whodunit story, that's one of the possible endings that is most common. It's like, okay, it's probably this situation. And sure enough, when I got to the end of the book, I was like, okay, it was that. It was the cat. But overall,
Maggie Burns.
Overall, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was their best work. It was work. It was another Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Their stuff is a lot better than most of the stuff that people put out these days anyway. Most of the time. The last thing that I read was She-Hulk by Rainbow Rowell. I read the first volume of this. This was very good. I really dug the hell out of this. It's got the stereotypical She-Hulk setup that we always see, where She-Hulk is down on her luck again. How many times have we seen that? And She-Hulk has to figure out how to make the whole court. It's how to make do with being a lawyer again. You've seen this setup like a million times. It's the writing here that I think is actually really strong, and it's the writing that pushes a very played out story for She-Hulk and it makes it something better. Rainbow Rowell is very good at this. She's a New York Times bestselling author. This is the first thing I've read of hers, and I gotta say I was very impressed. She understands the character. She gets who She-Hulk is. It's very lighthearted at times. There are elements of it being kind of a love story. There is this character that I know very little about, Jack of Hearts or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
The basic premise is that Jack of Hearts pops up back in her apartment one day, and she goes, well, you were dead. And he goes, I know, but I'm back. And they're trying to figure out what is the reason that he's back. And he's now kind of depowered. So she's trying to figure out what's going on with him. Meanwhile, she's trying to balance out that work-life balance. It's kind of slice of life. I dug it. I think it's really fun. I'm hooked. I want to read the other 3 volumes that are out, and I think it is really a fun read. Really, really good.
Thanks.
I enjoyed it.
She did a really good Runaways somewhat recently.
Oh yeah, she's very talented as a writer. She gets it. She gets the character of She-Hulk. I dug it.
But her Runaways was cool because it actually got to last for quite a while. I don't remember what issue it ended at, but it was a surprisingly long run. Is what I really remember. Let me see if I can find out.
Yeah, they so this She-Hulk run is 15 issues, and then they do the stupid thing where they renumber it, and they just started again as Sensational She-Hulk with the same team.
Yeah.
Why? Gabe and I went on this long tangent and rant about this very thing on the Campfire Show, which you can find down below at patreon.com/Omnibros Live, where once a month, Gabe and I will do a Campfire Show where you could join us for $5 a month. It's actually really fun. We had a very long conversation this past week.
Bam.
I hate this shit. I hate that they keep doing this renumbering thing where it's 15 issues And now we're just gonna have the same team. It's the same fucking book. You just renamed it and renumbered it. Why? Stop it.
You know why?
I know why, but it's annoying.
It just doesn't usually pan out as well as they hope it would.
It never does. I stopped reading Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky because of this shit. It got too confusing for me. I fell behind, and it's like, well, you can read Devil Reign, but you also have to read Devil. I'm like, I know. Now it feels like homework. I'm lazy.
Imagine being somebody that's trying to read it in singles. You go, I need She-Hulk number 4. Okay, so is it She-Hulk? Is it Sensational She-Hulk? Is it volume 1? Is it the 2022 volume? Is it 2021 volume? Like,
you want Dan Slott's She-Hulk?
Right.
Or when they do the Series A and Series B.
Ugh.
Yeah, that one happened with Squirrel Girl, because I think it was Squirrel Girl that 2 number 1s came out in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Squirrel Girl number 1, 20 whatever A, and then Squirrel Girl number 1, 20 whatever B.
That's crazy.
Fortunately, nobody reads Squirrel Girl, so.
Well, not anymore
Just
since it's ended, but
Yeah.
I read Squirrel Girl.
Well, we were talking about it, Lou, because we were watching that video of those retailers, how they were saying that every time that happens, they lose readers, they lose customers.
You're killing your momentum, man.
Bob Fisher is reading Gotham City Year 1 and Something is Killing the Children Volume 1. Nice.
Good choices, man.
Yeah, I had a conversation with someone high up at a certain publisher that y'all know, but I'm not going to say.
That's fine.
That I mentioned that that was one of my biggest gripes about the comics industry is just the constant restarting. And I said, I know that the idea is that you get a new number 1 and you get new readers in, but how often does that actually pan out? And he responded by saying, like, well, what if someone was to tell you that it gets better numbers? And I'd say I would ask to see the numbers of the debut number 1s for the past multiple runs. And in that conversation with him, I said, for instance, show me the number 1 issues on the past several volumes of Thor. Like, how did Thor God of Thunder number 1 do in comparison to Thor number 1 when Aaron was still there, and it went to Thor just titled was it just titled Thor whenever Jane's volume, and then there was another one that was just Thor number 1.
Yes.
And then Donny Cates run.
No, it was Mighty Thor when Jane Foster took over.
That's it. Yeah. It was Thor God of Thunder number 1, Mighty Thor number 1, and then Thor number 1 when he came back with like the gold arm and the gold hammer. And then it went to the Donny Cates run, and now we have the Immortal Thor by Al Ewing. And I was like, show me the numbers, and I guarantee you, just not even looking at them myself, I can guarantee you that the sales numbers on each number 1 is lower than the last, because there's too much focus on this idea that like creating a new number 1 is going to give a new spot for new readers to come in, whereas the focus should be on getting new customers in the door of these places, because nothing like you're not going to build your audience if you're not focusing on bringing new customers into those stores in the first place. And he was like, yep, I guess.
Thor is a perfect example. I got lost and just waited for the omnibus.
Well, the issue that you want to check out isn't the issue number 1s, it's the issues number 3s. Because number 1s are always padded with variants. They always order a lot of number 1s, and then you get that trickle effect at number 3, because stores have to order 1, 2, and 3 before 1 even comes out, before they even get an idea of how well it's selling in the store. They're just guessing numbers. After 3, they got an idea of who stayed on, who took it off. They start kind of adjusting their numbers based on that. So those are the ones that will determine like how well a book is selling.
But these publishers, though, they're looking at how number 1s do.
Right.
Like that's because that's what they think. Like, oh, a new number 1 is where it is. Unworthy Thor was a miniseries, so I wouldn't count that along those. It was just a 5-issue mini. But like that, because that's their whole thing, is we want to start with new number ones. And you know, the G.I. Joe didn't start with a number one. G.I. Joe started with a 3. They went on.
I really want to see how well that issue sells, because it did start with 301, which I appreciate. You don't need to read 300 issues of G.I. Joe.
That's a Kirkman thing. If G.I. Joe went to Marvel, I'm pretty damn sure to go back to a number one again.
Yeah, it would have. They would have done number one.
They absolutely would have went back to number one.
Within 2 pages, Larry Hama catches you up. Okay, these are the characters. This is what you need to know. Serpentor is this. Dr. Mindbender is this. These are the Joes. Get ready. Go have fun. And that's literally the first 2 pages, and then he gets the ball rolling on the story. And that's why I loved it. Honestly, it's probably my favorite number one, I guess, issue that I've read this year.
Well, because he still has that old school mentality of how you can catch a reader up right away, like in every issue, you know, because that was back when it was like, well, they didn't really do it in G.I. Joe, but typically at Marvel, like every book is supposed to be written like somebody's first comic.
Yeah, I know. Larry Hama gets it. He gets how to do this. He's been doing this since the 80s. He gets it. He knows how to do this shit.
Yeah, he was doing like Master of Kung Fu for a while.
Yeah, they need to
and he was on MASH.
Was he?
He was on MASH.
They need to write these issues like they were during the newsstand days, like the days where they expect that people, like every issue is someone's first issue. Because that's how you really get people in there, is making every single issue approachable. That doesn't mean that you can't do like multi-part storylines and stuff, but it just means that you have to give people a little bit of exposition to get them going in the beginning of every issue, and just let things be approachable.
NFL Dude says he's not writing for the trade, stretching out an issue of story into 4 issues.
Yeah, no, he's not. That honestly, that 301 would have been probably 2 or 3 issues at Marvel. They would have stretched it out. There's so much that happens, and there's a character that bites it, and a pretty central character in that first issue. And then it's like second issue, boom. Okay, there's a lot that happens in that. The thing that I really love about those 2 issues of G.I. Joe is that it's not wasting your time. It's a lot that goes on in those 2 issues. It's setting up a lot of stuff, and it's catching up a lot of people as to what is going on exactly and who are these characters. And it's great. I can't wait since you guys trade weight. I cannot wait for you guys to get this volume when it comes out.
I'm ready for it, dude. Because I got the Transformer number 1. I got Duke. I got all that stuff coming in. I haven't been able to read it yet though. But
James says MASH is getting a TV special tonight called MASH, the comedy that changed television. On Fox. Should be on Hulu tomorrow.
I like mashed potatoes.
Thank you, James. I want to check that out.
Potatoes.
I'm waiting for the Blu-rays. I'm waiting for them.
Mashed.
There are no Blu-rays for MASH, just DVDs.
Is it DVDs? I'm waiting for the.
I think it's just DVDs.
Speaking of physical media, I kind of got my mom. I don't want to say I got her into physical media, but I kind of pushed her towards physical media after Christmas. Because we were having this discussion about like general like things and a lot of Disney related stuff, and I brought up like, while I appreciate streaming platforms and I subscribe to several and I use them every day, like I don't trust them because like streaming platforms inherently is whatever they want you to be able to see, but they can take that away from you at the drop of a hat. And so I was talking to my family about how like I have such I'm not going to say it's huge, but like I have a couple of cases full of Blu-rays of TV shows, movies, anime, etc., because I don't trust these streaming platforms. And if it's something that like I really love that doesn't exist on physical media yet, I have gotten bootlegs just to make sure that I have something, so that if it's taken off of streaming, which is becoming a bigger problem more recently than we've seen in the past, I know that I have it on hand, that I can still go back to it if I want to. And my mom was like, I'd really like to have all like physical copies of like the classic Disney movies. And another thing that y'all know I did, I don't know about the audience knows, but I watched every single theatrical animated Disney release recently. And so I'm also the world's foremost authority on those, just to let you know. It's Adam Sandler and Disney animated theatrical releases. Those are my two expertise. I'm going to write a thesis about each of them soon. Anyway, so I started to like go back through the list and like see everything that she considers classic. And she's talking about stuff from like the golden and silver eras of Disney animation. And I remembered that Best Buy had a lot of those while they still have physical media. A lot of those 100th anniversary Blu-ray re-releases on discount. So I went and found like 10 of them, and I got
the refrigerator cases,
those like silver.
Yeah,
they're not steelbook or anything. The silver is just the little slipcase or whatever that they come with.
Yeah.
And underneath it, like a lot of them are like the Blu-ray that came out for a certain movie like 10 years ago, and then they just slip that cover onto it to be like, here's the new version of it. But I bought her like 10 of them the other day, and I brought them to her, and I'm like, here. So getting my mom her own little startup physical media collection, starting with some classic Disney animated movie Blu-rays, and I've made a list of the rest of them that I know that she wants in her collection. And it's good because my sister just had a baby like in August, so we're getting those so the baby can always have something to watch. And I told her, if the internet goes out or if Disney decides to remove Robin Hood from their streaming service, you can have a copy of it.
Yeah, this is I think this is the year where a lot of people are starting to wake up and go, oh, this streaming shit, it kind of sucks sometimes. I'm like, yeah, it does. That's why I keep buying discs and stuff. That's why I have the movies that I have, because it's just preservation and it's worth keeping. And I don't trust these streamers to do this. It's terrible.
Some of the downside on some of the stuff is I've been noticing that some of them just, they're starting to push in all of their own material, like Netflix. I was looking before Christmas at all of the Christmas related stuff on Netflix, and it was literally all Netflix produced shows and movies.
Yeah, I was telling my wife the other day, I was scrolling through Netflix and I'm like, sweetie, I think all this is garbage. There's not a fucking thing on here that I want to watch right now. It's all horrible shit. And that's kind of been the general consensus that I've been feeling with a lot of the streaming stuff. I'm like, oh God, do I really want to watch MILF Manor or all this other garbage that's on there? There's some good stuff to be had, but
same with video games, I think too. They're all gonna go digital soon, and that's gonna be terrible. Paying $70 for a digital, and they just unplug the server for it. You don't have it anymore.
I will say this: if you are somebody that is still into getting physical media, specifically movies and things like that, this is the golden age, man, because they are putting out, between all these different boutique labels, they are putting out amazing special editions. Yeah. If your bag is movies, they are putting out premium stuff. I just got a beautiful set of The Warriors from Arrow that is amazing. It's so good. I got Police Story 1 through 3, and it's a beautiful slipcover edition. And those movies I never thought I'd get a 4K of.
The that 100 movie Disney box set is not worth it.
No,
it's not.
It's $2,000 for 100 movie, or $1,500 for 100 movies. And as the leading foremost expert on Disney's animated films, I can tell you that a very good chunk of those is not worth $15 each.
They're charging you for the little is it a crystal made or a diamond made ears? Is that the expensive thing from that set?
I see what you're talking about. I don't know what it's made out of, but yeah.
I think it is made out of crystal.
I don't know how complete the collection is. Like, it looks pretty complete as far as what it contains from Snow White through Elemental. But of course, like, you're not going to get Zippity Doodah in there.
Song of the South, I need it.
Damn it.
That never even gotten a VHS release stateside. That one was
will.
Yeah, like that. Like I want to like clarify that for some people who might think like, oh, people are so sensitive nowadays. Like, no, that was back in like the 80s. They were like, this doesn't align with what Disney's about. We're not doing this one ever in any type of way. They also don't have the war propaganda one is not part of the box set. That's another one that they've kind of taken away.
Yeah, the mouse is keeping Song of the South locked in that vault for a very long time.
However, I don't know about more recent formats, but there was an official VHS release in the UK. So that floats around.
Dr. Elevator. I had a Song of the South VHS as a kid in the Midwest.
Wow.
If you had one, it was either imported or not an official one, because Disney in the US never released an official one.
Interesting.
I used to go to the comic book convention in LA, and there was always like 2 or 3 guys there that just had that VHS booth, and it was all just bootlegs.
Yeah. I love that. Like, I still will go to at the convention, see like who has the bootleg DVDs and stuff.
They always got cool stuff that you go like, oh, I didn't realize that was never released before.
Like it's like Midtown Comics used to have a wall of bootleg VHSs and DVDs.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I think a lot of people in my circle are just starting to realize this streaming thing is not what it's cracked up to be, and especially with the prices rising and with the whole now you're paying $8.99, but you get ads, so it's cable. You're paying for cable again, guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunate aspect of streaming is convenience. I can guess that many prefer the convenience of streaming a movie once and never watching it again, so there's no point in them wanting to own it physically to view again, even if to view for their future generation.
Different types of people.
I had a graph. Sorry to interrupt. I had a graph of the movies that you could find on each streaming platform compared to the total amount of Blu-rays that there are out there or DVDs, and it's ridiculous. Let me see if I can find it again real quick. Continue.
It's just different types of people who are different about their media, but like because we are collectors, and so we have that mindset where like if we like something, it's very likely that we're going to want to own it. But like outside of this circle and like most of the people that view our stuff, there's very many people who don't care about that, and they're just like, oh, whatever is given, like whatever's going to be put in front of me, that's enough. But like eventually a lot of these people who had that mindset are kind of coming across to realize they're not keeping those things in front of me, and if I do want to revisit it, I don't get the chance to.
Yeah.
Here's the little graph of the total movies as of last year compared to Blu-ray and DVDs. So it's pretty insane that there are 300,000 DVDs out there and counting. And as you can see, for example, Hulu only has 1,290 movies, etc., etc.
It's sad, man. Yeah. A lot of the stuff is still out there. I kind of would like to know. I don't think it would ever happen, but I would like to know if Blockbuster really tried to make a comeback, maybe small stores in small areas as like a pilot program, and see if they would do well. You keep the staff minimal. You keep the supply, a good supply of stuff, new stuff that's coming in and everything like that, and see if it would do well. Because I think there would be a decent sized audience that would, especially our generation, that would go, you know what? Yeah, I'd go step into a Blockbuster for a weekend or something
It'd
like that.
be hip and trendy. People would go.
People would go.
Oh, you had to go early too. Like if a new movie was coming out, you had to be there early to get that tape or that DVD. Because there was only like so many that they had.
I kind of wonder
if you want to point this out from N-Man. My issue with streaming, it's the unreliable picture of sound quality. People in my area complain all the time about poor quality streaming, regardless of their speed. The quality fluctuates too much. I was watching the Batman on Netflix because it dropped recently, and I was too lazy to pick up the disc and put it on the Blu-ray player. I'm like, I'll stream it, whatever. As I'm watching it, I realize that they didn't add the 4K version to Netflix, right? It's just the Blu-ray version of the Batman, and I have the 4K streaming on Netflix, so I would notice. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, this looks garbage. What is happening here? Then I realized, it's the Blu-ray 1080p version. And then I realized again, wait a minute, I have the disc. What am I doing? So I stopped the stream and I put the disc on, and I'm like, wow, it's like the fog has been lifted from my eyes. That's why I keep this stuff.
That's another point that, like, it's just individual people are different. Like my mom, especially, my dad also, like, they don't care that much about the streaming quality. Like, they can watch something and be absolutely fine with it, and I'll be sitting there like, this looks like ass. Like, how are y'all? And I'm like sitting there trying to fix the picture and the sound, and like
they have motion smoothing on where the character looks
exactly. And like, they don't know what they're doing, and I'm like, this is an abomination, and they're like, it's fine, stop messing with it. And then I've been at home and I'll try to put something on, and I'm like spending several minutes trying to maximize it after like plugging in a new setup or something, like getting everything set up in a new way. And people are like, it's fine, like, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, this needs to be better. Like, this should be better than it is. A lot of people don't give a shit. They're like, it's fine, it's on Netflix, we're good. Like, even some of my friends, when they come over, like, one of my friends will just have something on a thumb drive that he's bootlegged, like, that he's downloaded off of a whatever kids use now, that's like LimeWire, and he plugs into the back of my TV and plays the movie, and I'm like, this is fine, but it still like sounds like fucking shit. But like, he's like, whatever, it works. And it brings me back to like how I felt whenever like I watched the bootleg of Star Wars Episode 2 like 2 weeks before it came out to theaters. I was like, I can kind of see what's going on. This is neat, but like, I don't know. A lot of people don't give a shit about the things that you give a shit about, and I start to realize that a lot more as I go on. But I've been on the other side of that too, where like I listen to a lot of music, and then I was like at my sister-in-law's house or something, and like her husband gives me some headphones, and he's like, these are like $4,000 headphones. And I was like, God damn, why? And he goes, just put them on. And he puts on freaking Steely Dan Asia, because that's the album you want to listen to. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit. Like, I want to say I will never go back again, but I'm happy with my $20 headphones. But I've seen the light and I understand it. I can't afford it.
Yep. It's a dilemma. What are you gonna do?
I could afford it, but I buy 100 volumes of manga a month, so I'm not going to afford it, is what I should say.
That's a good point. Speaking of affording, let's talk about some books that are coming out that all of you wonderful people can afford when you visit InStockTrades.com tomorrow. Let's do previews real quick. Let me share my screen here again. So let's start with Lunar for the very first time in 2024. Let's go over the previews for all the DC books. Let me scroll here real quick.
Where's Joker going to shove that pipe?
Which one?
I'm wondering where Joker's going to shove that pipe he has in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
good luck with that.
Exactly.
It's pretty graphic. Damn.
Huh.
All right. Let's see. We got the trade paperback version of DC versus Vampires, Volume 1.
Ooh.
So this was out previously as a hardcover. Now you can get the trade.
Oh, James Tynion and Matthew Rosenberg?
It's good. This is really good. I got Jess hooked on that.
And this is probably the highlight for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Strange Adventures from Tom King is getting the deluxe edition coming out this week.
Boy.
Collecting all 12 issues as well as the director's cut.
Yeah, this is fantastic stuff, guys.
I haven't read this yet.
Oh, Gabe.
This
I've
is
been
coming
waiting
out
for
when the
the
pandemic
deluxe.
is coming out too, so I missed a bunch of issues and stuff.
Gabe, you're gonna love this. This is so good.
Yeah, I know. I really want to see that Doc Shaner art. I love Doc Shaner.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's so good in this.
So yeah, I've been waiting for this deluxe because I knew it was going to happen. So I'm excited.
Same. Yeah, I don't remember if I finished the series.
I did not. I only read like 3 issues.
I feel like I might have read the first half, but I loved it as I would expect. Artwork was phenomenal, and I also have been waiting for the deluxe edition, and that waiting is going to pay off this week.
Here's the thing. This is not just a strange story. This is a Mr. Terrific story just as much, if not more so.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific is in this a lot, and he has he's almost the main character in this, and it's great.
Because this is the basic story of this. He's accused of murdering like a planet.
Yep.
And so for some reason he has something that goes wrong with him where he sometimes doesn't remember what he does or whatever. But either way, he then doesn't he ask Batman to investigate him full on to see if that really happened or not? And he goes, I don't have time for that. Let me refer you to my friend over here.
And Mr. Terrific is the one that's investigating him.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love this series.
There you go. Also, like I mentioned, this also includes the director's cut, brand new introduction by Tom King, an exclusive new cover, and over a dozen pages of behind the scenes extras. So deluxe edition hardcovers. Also coming out, Teen Titans Go to the Library. Trade paperback.
All the spines are written upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's it. Pretty obviously, it's the first week, so not a whole lot is coming out, but interesting nonetheless. From the other publishers, we got Boom Studios, Giant Days Library Edition hardcover Volume 6, and Once Upon a Time at the End of the World Volume 2. From Marvel, we got some interesting stuff coming out. Black Panther by Al Ewing, Volume 1, Reign at Dusk.
This one is Eve Ewing.
Actually. Oh, Eve Ewing. Sorry, my bad.
Wrong Ewing. Not Patrick Ewing.
No. Oh. So, we're getting that Black Panther trade. We're getting Clobbering Time trade paperback.
Clobbering Time is fun.
5 issues.
Yeah, it's a good read.
And Daredevil by Wade and Samney, Omnibus hardcover, Volume 1 with the 2 covers. Or Volume 2, sorry, with the new, with the 2 covers. Let me highlight them for you guys.
This is, if you haven't read this before, if you don't own this is must-have.
Yep. The whole thing.
God, this is such a good series, and it was coming out. I was reading it in singles. And then later when the art changes, is this Volume 1 or Volume 2?
This is Volume 2.
Okay. Either way, this series in general, just so good when Samney jumps on.
Who was it that the first 3 issues? Was that Marco? No, it wasn't Marcos Martin.
It was a switch between Marcos Martin and
it was Paulo Rivera.
Yeah.
Oh man, those issues were so good.
Yeah.
So there you go, $100.
And then Chris Samney jumps on for the rest of it, and it just looks amazing.
This is a dumb question. I know the answer already, but which cover do you guys prefer?
Come on, man.
Oh, it's Chris Samney.
Yeah, the Samney cover.
Yeah, he's the star of this book, dude.
Yeah. So
he was a nobody before this, and just he just showed everybody what he can do.
And he's so good on firepower.
Yeah.
I think I've rebought that series 3 times because I had the singles and then I got the oversized hardcovers and then I got the Omnis.
I've heard this run is not bad. It's actually really
Fantastic
solid.
Four by Ryan North, Volume 2, 4 stories about hope.
Oh, there's volume 2. Okay, I'm gonna pick up volume 1. I'm gonna start reading this, see what's going on.
Yeah, man, I've heard it's not bad. I haven't read it myself, but I've heard good things.
I was on Omar's show the other day and Peter.
What? How could you?
I know I was cheating on y'all. Yeah, I showed up the other day on his show and Peter M was praising the hell out of Fantastic Four. He said that I think it's in volume 3 is what was on the previews that we were looking at. 2 of the issues in volume 3 he said were 2 of his top 5 Fantastic Four issues of all time.
That's a big list.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's somebody on here that I bet would be willing to dispute that claim.
I'm pretty sure he's read every issue of Fantastic Four too.
Interesting. There you go. Our friend here, Darth Vader, is getting a black, white, red treasure edition.
Friend of the show, Darth Vader.
Yeah. Murdering a bunch of people and kids. So issues 1 through 4 of that. Darth Vader, black, white, and red.
It happens. When you have kids, you understand.
Yeah.
And this omnibus release that I am so excited for. Holy crap.
What the hell is this?
Look at my excitement right here. You can get X-Men The Hidden Years Omnibus hardcover.
Are you more excited about this one or were you more excited about the animated series Omnibus?
Oof, I can't contain my excitement, man. I think this is spectacular and everybody should own this. I guess. I don't know. No, but all joking aside, I know a lot of people are excited for it. I'm just goofing. X-Men Hidden Years. Everybody's excited for X-Men, except me.
Everybody loves John Byrne too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's John Byrne, it's X-Men, it's Hidden Years, it's Fantastic Four, it's it's everything.
This collects the Hidden Years 1 through 22, Fantastic Four 102 to 104, X-Men 94 from the 90s, and Amazing Adult Fantasy number 14.
Rated
Sounds
T.
like an adult title.
Rated T for teen.
And we got the 2 covers. Which one would you guys get?
This one.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Nice.
Yeah, this one. Gabe summing up all our feelings with one gesture.
No, those are terrible covers.
From Dynamite, we got Best of Red Sonja hardcover. Elvira meets Vincent Price, trade paperback. Red Sonja, black, white, and red hardcover, volume 2, and Sheena, volume 2.
What's with this trend of black, white, and red for everything in comics?
Was it Marvel that first started doing it? And
Yeah,
then
Marvel.
everybody-
Yeah, Marvel does it. I think DC's done like a type of thing like that, like red and blue.
They've done like black, white, and gold, I think. Or like
They did one for Harley that I think might have been black, white, and red, and then black, white, and gold for Wonder Woman. But
Wonder Woman.
Beautiful black, white, and red stories written. There you go. Various people working on this. I do like that cover though. That's cool.
Oh, Esther.
And
I thought it was Chris Amney again.
I do think Marvel started that trend, but I mean, you could make the argument of like, oh, maybe they got it from Batman Black and White and then just decided to add another color.
in case anybody was wondering about this book, these are the stories collected here for Best of Red Sonja.
I wish they'd give like issue numbers.
I know. This means nothing to me. One More Day, sure. That could have been like 2002. I don't know.
And is Roy Thomas, is that like the original like Red Sonja stuff, or did he do something later on?
Mm-hmm.
I think those are from the original.
From the other publishers, Alley Oop. It has dinosaurs this time, but it's not the one I wanted from a couple months ago. I still haven't been able to find that book. Barbaric, Hell to Pay. I know Jess is a big fan of this series. I'm pretty sure he's going to get this one. Or I don't know if this already came out in hardcover and this is the trade version. If somebody in the chat knows. Hell to Pay. All the manga stuff we covered last week. If you guys want to check it out, on the last Thursday show, we talked about all the January releases for manga. But we do have from Dark Horse, BPRD, Omnibus, Volume 9. From Clarion Books, we got Break. Sure, why not? Cryptid Club, Volume 3, Chupacabra. All right, let's go. I'm excited for this. I don't know what the hell this is, but okay. Let me highlight it for a second. Okay. I'm not going to read it, but that's cool. The Chupacabra Hoopla.
The Chupa Hoopa Lupra. Mucha Lucha.
Eating a chalupa from...
Mucha lucha.
It's a way of life.
Wow, that's a core memory you just unlocked. Oh my god. Holy shit. I remember that cartoon now.
With the flea.
With the flea. What the fuck?
We got from Rebellion 2000 AD, Essential Judge Dredd, Tour of Duty, Book 1. And Hairball from Dark Horse. What the hell? Oh, look at that. It has a little cutout. Cool.
That's
okay.
Kind of scary looking. The little cutout on the side. It's just like flesh peeled back. It looks like the thing from Doctor Who.
Well, the cat's eyeball is sideways.
Yeah, what the hell?
I dislike when they do this. A brand new supernatural nightmare that's Junji Ito meets Hayao Miyazaki. All right,
oh my god.
Written by Matt Kent.
Okay, sure, buddy. Whatever.
Everything now, if it has a slight bit of cosmic horror or something like that, it's like Junji Ito.
Yeah, oh my god. All right. Whatever.
Settle down, folks.
Okay. I'm sure it's a fun book. I don't want to hate on the Hairball, but
I get it. You read Junji Ito. Good job. Wonderful.
No, I think it's cute that you guys are trying to be Junji Ito. That's really cute. Come back to me later when you have a classroom melting.
Dark Horse is just shaking their fists because they used to have the Ito licenses.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we've got Matt Kent. He's kind of like Junji Ito.
It's a lot whiter, but you know.
You could write stuff about people melting too.
We got a webtoon release, Hooky, Volume 3. Hardcover and trade.
I'm with Rodimus. I want some chalupas right now too.
Let's go.
I just had Taco Bell before I got on the show, so.
Why do you do that to yourself, Riley? You live in Texas.
Because it was $9 for way too much food.
You live in Texas. You go down to like a food truck and get authentic tacos.
Mighty Marvel Team Up Quantum Quest. Continue the discussion, please. By all means.
I really like that Fantastic Four art on that, though.
This one? On the Quantum Quest?
That's cute. That's cute.
And look, tacos. It's a taco night on the show.
I like how the thing's face is it's so cute. It's just two dots for the eyes, and like his mouth is a part of his face, too.
It's like me going to Wawa and getting a Cuban sandwich here in Miami.
Hey man, sometimes the lesser is fine.
Look at that. A taco truck.
Sometimes you want to just hurt yourself and have some Taco Bell.
All right, so that's coming out. We got Night of the Living Dead complete collection.
I like that.
This paperback collects the two American mythology series, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, the prequel to George Romero's classic. Ooh, I need to read this.
What is this?
This is a prequel to George Romero's movie, the 1968 movie. His first one. Oh my god, I need to read this. That's one of my favorite lines. As prequel.
And Kin, which tells the story of another group of survivors on that fateful night.
If I'm not mistaken, is it Night of the Living Dead that's in public domain?
The first one?
Yeah. that Romero fucked up and didn't get the copyright on it, so it's public domain right off the bat.
So we could stream it here and be fine.
Really?
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain. When he filmed it, he fucked up on the copyright, and it immediately went in the public domain, or something like that.
I'm more about what Gio said. So if anything that's public domain, we can stream without issue.
I think so.
Pull up
Don't
Steamboat
quote
Willie.
me on it fully.
Yes, Steamboat Willie.
Let's watch some Steamboat Willie cartoons.
Oh, speaking of the Steamboat Willie horror movie did get announced.
Of
I
course.
saw the poster and I just chuckled earlier.
Mickey's Mousetrap.
Oh god,
Mouse horror movie releasing in March.
this is Winnie the Pooh all over again. Jesus.
Bloody Penny, baby.
Yeah.
And Taco.
From Dark Horse, we got Order and Outrage.
Ooh.
Hardcover volume 1 from Jim Starlin.
From Jimothy Starlin.
Jim
And
Starlin
Rags
and Rags Morales. Man, when's the last time I saw Rags Morales do anything?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this guy is Thanos in disguise.
Yeah, it's Thanos with a mask on.
Is that
He
what it
has
is?
the purple lips.
You can tell. I can tell.
Oh, son of a bitch! You're right.
You can't hide it, Thanos. We know it's you with your ballsack chin.
It could be his son.
Thane.
Thane? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Also coming out, let's see.
Oh, don't pass over that cheeky
Yeah, there
manga.
we go.
Yeah, please go home. Please click on that.
This is one of those trashy mangas. I don't know why you want.
Yeah, I dropped that one after one volume.
That's not good. Queen of Swords, a Barbaric Story, Volume 1. So I assume this is a spin-off in that universe of Barbaric. Oh, yeah. Discover the origin of the dark magic that turned Soren into the tattooed witch he is today. This new story, the perfect place to step into the world of Barbaric for the first time.
Cool.
Okay. Interesting. More manga. Don't care about any of these books, sorry.
Spider-Ham.
This is cool. If you're a Valiant fan, Valiant Classic Collection, Archer and Armstrong Revival. This is published via Alien Books. So this collects the original series, issues 0 through 12.
Rest in peace, Valiant.
What's Alien Books?
It's a new.
It's an indie publisher that struck a deal with Valiant to publish their stuff because Valiant is in trouble with monetary
Oh,
stuff.
so they're outsourcing the publishing on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they don't go fully bankrupt. They're publishing these books through Alien Books.
They are also doing some manga releases.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're getting into the manga stuff next year or this year. Sorry.
That's probably smart. That's going to save their asses. Watch.
Oh, absolutely. Over here we got some more stuff. Cool, and that's it.
Light week. Very light
Yep.
week.
Pretty light week. Do you guys have any picks of the week for the
Strange
audience?
Adventures. Easy. Strange Adventures.
Hairball, the Junji Ito book by Matt Kent.
Actually, let me read it. We're dunking on it, but
We
whatever.
have Junji Ito at home.
A young girl with a black cat begins to suspect the innocuous beast is behind all her troubles, her parents fighting, family plagues, innumerable supernatural horrors. As she tries her best to rid herself of this creature, she discovers that maybe the cat is not evil after all, and a greater terror may be behind these horrific events, harming her life. Collects Hairball 1 through 4 in a deluxe hardcover die-cut format featuring faux cat fur.
Fox cat fur. You know what? This actually sounds interesting. I clowned on it, but as a concept, I like the concept.
This sounds like when you order Ito off of Wish and you get this.
AliExpress.
Timu Ito.
Oh, don't stop. Matt Kent is actually a very solid writer.
Yeah,
But
no, Matt Kent's great.
I think it's the listing that betrays him here, where it's like,
And it's not his fault. It's the previews. Folks.
Yeah, whoever the copywriter.
No. They write that stuff themselves.
Do they really?
Yeah, Diamond doesn't write it.
No, but it's not. Kent doesn't. The creator doesn't write it. They have copywriters at the publishers that write these things.
Oh, okay.
So it's whoever. Like I talked to the copywriter at Kodansha, for instance, because I was talking about like, oh, I really love the description on this one. He's like, I'm glad you like it. I was the one that wrote it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But yeah, they have copywriters to do this. The description.
Rodimus wants to see this, so I do apologize. Here you go, Rodimus.
For
It
research
is.
purposes.
It's not good.
It's not a good series at all.
Even as smut goes, it's not good, Riley.
No, it's poorly written.
Yeah, it's just not. She just like randomly inserts herself into this dude's life and is like, there's nothing about her except for the fact that she has tits. Like that's literally her character. Is like, I have inserted myself and my boobies into your life, and you can't get rid of me.
This sounds like the beginning of every porno.
This is what they're going for, but a soft core version, I guess.
Not even like there's nothing happens. It's just, I think, like, you know, what you might expect out of a typical, you know,
ecchi manga
where like maybe he trips and falls into her bosom or something, but there's just no character whatsoever, no story that's intriguing whatsoever. So I read the first volume for fun, and it wasn't fun.
This is my pick of the week: Pizza and Taco, Wrestling Mania. If you like wrestling, if you like pizza, and if you like taco, pick this up.
How can you not like all those things?
Oh, serious.
I'm joking. This is not my pick of the week.
I mean, every time that, you know, my dad would let us order like WrestleMania or whatever, we always would get pizza. That's like synonymous.
Mm-hmm. Order. Yeah. My old man had the black box. You know what the black box is.
I know what the black box is. We got one of those eventually.
So yeah, this would be my pick of the week as well. Strange Adventures Deluxe Edition.
Strange Adventures.
But you can get it at our sponsor's website. That's instocktrades.com. Your home for all things collected editions. You get Omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more with great discounts that range from 42, 50, 60% off at times. It's crazy over there. Gotta check it out. Instocktrades.com. If you make an order of $50 or more in the US, you get free shipping. Loyalty discount adds an extra 2% off when you order on a week-by-week basis. And, of course, once you do, you get fantastic packaging and great customer service only when you order at instocktrades.com. And a quick reminder that this month, at the end of the last Monday, which would be on the 29th, we will be doing the $50 gift card courtesy of instocktrades.com. If you want to participate on that, all you got to do is show up and hang out in the chat, and we're going to pick out a winner towards the end. So once again, thank you to InStock Trades for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
My pick of the week is X-Men: The Hidden Years.
Don't lie.
Boo! I mean, yay!
Daredevil.
John Byrne, yay!
That Night of the Living Dead book, I'm definitely going to be checking that out.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
sounds interesting. Funny. Wait. Daredevil by Wade Volume 2 is a day one buy for me. Funny thing is, the spines have different fonts for both Wade reprints. Well, that's no fun.
That's not very funny at all.
I know. Grass Kings and Black Badge, which were good. Tyler Jenkins and Matt Kim.
And now they're joined by the spirit of Junji Ito to deliver.
And Hayao Miyazaki for some reason. Nothing of that description read Hayao Miyazaki. Okay.
Yeah, not whatsoever. Maybe Jenkins' artwork, but like I know what Tyler Jenkins' artwork looks like, and it doesn't look like Hayao Miyazaki.
I still need to like that Boy and Heron.
It was okay.
Oh, don't say that. It's Miyazaki's last work.
For now.
For now.
He's already back on working.
Miyazaki's going to keep living out of pure spite because he hates his audience.
I saw someone, they were like dead serious. They were like, The Boy and the Heron is Miyazaki's message to his son to stop making movies. And I'm not even
I love it. There was an interview, I forgot where it was a few weeks ago, where they asked him, so what do you think about what's going to happen with Ghibli Studios after you pass away? He goes, oh, it's going to die. It's going to shut down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, man. AC Luda, thank you. But we do like some salt on here, so yeah.
The other, I think the other director from Ghibli had already passed. So once Hayao passes, it's gonna be like his son, and that's it.
Here's this question from our boy here, Shashi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. What's missing from the X-Men Hidden Years? Do you know, Riley?
Nothing. I don't think there's anything missing.
Inman said there was. I think that was a conversation between him and Inman.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Series
is there. Okay.
Meaning the stuff that happened, like that was published during the time between X-Men and Uncanny X-Men, or like not X-Men and Giant Size X-Men.
Let's see some comments here before we close out for the night. This was in relation to the black, red, and white. They're all copying Sin City, basically. I could see that.
Yeah.
The only possible thing that I could be missing from Hidden Years is material from the Yellow Claw #2. But yeah, the Always Darkest for the Dawn epic, that's not related to Hidden Years. So that's what I was saying, is like, unless you're counting the stuff that was published between X-Men, the end of X-Men and Giant Size X-Men, but it's not fair to say that should be included, or to say that's missing, because it's not part of the series. It's not missing. It's just a different, like, Hidden Years was published in the 90s? And that other material is from the 70s. It's not by John Byrne. It's not any of that stuff. Like, yeah, it's not fair to say that that's missing material.
You can tell this is the first of the year because it is pretty light.
Yeah, this is like retailer death season.
Yeah.
Anyone pick up the John Byrne X-Men Artist Edition reprint from last week? I think that may have been overlooked last Monday. Probably.
I have the first print of that.
It's beautiful, right, man?
That was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Next to Maginot, saw Wonka and Godzilla. In case I don't see you again this week, Lou finally caught up with Ferrari. Excellent, but very challenging, and not for the man uninitiated. Very much of a piece, and in the same mode as Crimes of the Future, The Boy and the Heron, and Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've still got a handful of stuff. I mean, I put out my top 5 for the year, but I've still got a handful of stuff that I'm trying to finish up from last year. Infinity Pool, I need to watch that. What else? I want to watch
watching that. Oh, not for me.
Not for you? I've heard things.
Well, I hope he enjoys Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I want to watch Ferrari because I love Michael Mann, and I need to watch Boy and the Heron. And I think that's about it. It's the basketball. Jesus, I can't believe I'm forgetting it. The basketball manga that just had the anime came out. Slam Dunk. I need to watch that, but that hasn't been brought over here yet, right?
It was in theaters. It was in like August or whatever, but not physically.
I'm dying to see it.
It will get a Blu-ray from G-Kids, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm still salty because they invited me to the premiere, but I was busy hosting a panel, and I was no.
I know how much of a fan you are of that stuff, man.
Yeah, that is my favorite series, and they knew. That's why they invited me. They're like, "Hey, we know you love this series. You want to go to the premiere?" And I was like, "Yes, but I can't."
Let's see. 1999, 2001 for Hidden Years. Was the last series Byrne worked on for Marvel before he and Quesada fell out, and Byrne told them to screw themselves.
Oh, John Byrne. Don't ever.
He's still writing. He's still doing X-Men comics.
30 years. Yeah, he's doing those unofficial.
Yeah,
ones.
He's doing bootleg X-Men comics.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So about 30 years between the material that is quote unquote missing from the hidden years, but no, it's not missing. I don't think any fan with half a brain would say it's missing from this book.
You know, it's not missing. Our commitment for all of you, you're streaming on a week-by-week basis. So thank you, everybody. We do appreciate the support. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Helps out a ton for the channel. And let's see. Gabe loves 90s comics. You can find him here on the show. Mondays, Wednesdays. Comics Guide. You can subscribe to the old channel for the backlog of videos. But you can mostly find him here on Mondays and Wednesdays. The Omnibus Collector. You got a long list, so I'm going to let you do it. Where can people find you on the internet?
The Omnibus Collector on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. Omni Collector on Twitter or X, whatever musky man wants to call it now. And then, you can find me in all those places. I put up my last video of the year yesterday evening. It was my last manga haul of 2023. So if you want to see that, you can check that out. And I'll be pretty soon having a few more videos coming out, my January buyer's guide, as well as best manga releases of 2023 and most anticipated manga releases of 2024.
Ooh.
Nice. I'm going to quote you, or not quote you. I'm going to recommend some of my shtick. You can find me on my YouTube channel. That's Manga Geekdom, where I talk about all the manga that I'm reading. And I put different versions of what Riley said on my channel. Because I did do a final haul, and I did do the my 30 anticipated manga of 2024, and I just put out a video today on my anticipated January manga releases. If you guys want to check it out, I do appreciate it. Subscribe and all that wonderful stuff. And James, thank you so much. I do have a Discord server if you guys want to hang out and talk about anime, manga, toys, video games, whatever. Got a bunch of people there, pretty cool people. So I'd appreciate it.
Just a heads up also, this Wednesday is the Omnis, where all of us are going to get together. We're going to talk about, through different categories, the best of last year in terms of comic books. So collected editions, writer, artist, ongoing series, stuff like that. So we do this every year. It's usually a fun show, and you guys typically enjoy it. So tune in on Wednesday for that.
Yeah. Rodimus wants that Sandler tier list show. So
Same.
That could be a fun Wednesday stream.
Yeah, we should make that one of our Wednesdays sometime. Whenever y'all are ready to do that, let me know. Because I'm Sandlered up. I honestly, the only Sandler movie I have not seen yet is Murder Mystery 2, but I'm caught up with all the rest of his stuff. So if y'all want to watch some stuff and then let me know when you're ready, we can schedule that for a Wednesday show sometime next month.
I found a tier maker list of Adam Sandler movies.
Already ready to go.
Already made by somebody out there.
We can have it an Adam Sandler movie tier list or an Adam Sandler character tier list. So there's two ways that you can do that.
I like how the person wrote the lowest tier is piece of shit, then it's bad, then it's normal, then it's not bad really, and then the best Adam Sandler. That's the S tier for that guy.
I think you would have a tougher time doing this for Nick Cage than Adam Sandler.
Well, for one, because Nick Cage has like twice as many movies.
Yeah, there was a period where he was trying to pay off his taxes, so he was taking everything he could.
Yeah,
he was in a lot of debt, folks. Before we get out of here, I'm super jonesing because I just saw it a few days ago. The announcement, and I think you talked about it, Riley. The manga hardcovers that Dark Horse is putting out for those H.P. Lovecraft stories. Holy shit, they look great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did mention it on the last manga stream too. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about that, tune in for did we talk about it last week?
We did. And I also have a video on my channel that covers everything about the releases.
That art is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Aria, we can end it on that. Goodbye, my friends. We'll meet again.
Good night, everybody.
Nice. Good night, everybody. Stay safe out there. Catch you on the next stream.